Welcome. Now, I want you to know this isn't just an explainer. Think of it more as a descent. We're not here to learn a bunch of facts. No, we're here to follow a map, one that leads right through the lightless corridors of the soul. I'll be your guide. Let's begin the journey. So, our journey starts with this one fundamental problem. This is your condition, right now. You are the tenant. You're living in a house that you think you built, but you're completely unaware that you are just a guest. And the true host, that shadow down in the cellar, has been waiting very, very patiently. And this is the house you think you live in. It's called the City of Glass. It's this sterile, perfect metropolis of logic, built by what psychologists call the superego. You know, that internal judge whose whole job is to keep the whispers from the psychic basement from ever reaching you. It's clean, it's orderly, and it is absolutely a cage.
And every city has its rules, right? Well, these are the bylaws here. You live among what are called narrow souls, all of them wearing these meticulously crafted masks of social approval. Your identity? It's really just a costume you trade for validation. And all the while, your ego, your conscious self, is working overtime, trying to soundproof the floor against the primal, repressed energies of the id that are just thrumming constantly right below your feet.
But here's the thing about fortresses. None of them stand forever. The sterile silence of your perfect little city is about to be completely shattered because, you see, a guest is at the door.
Now, this is not a friendly visitor. The honest guest is a manifestation of the death drive. It's the irritant in the oyster of your soul. This guest represents the logic of zero, an irresistible gravity that's pulling you towards the complete dissolution of the self you've so carefully built. He's here to expose all of your hypocrisy.
And so, there it is. The choice is laid out for you. A sacred no to the shepherd and the gilded cage you've been living in, and a deep yes to the unmapped wild road into your own interior. This isn't just some casual decision. This is the first and honestly the most crucial step of your own unmaking. You accept. And in that moment, the glass towers of the city just shatter behind you, and you plunge headfirst into the uncanny forest. This is the labyrinth of the body. It's a place where that sterile logic just dissolves into nothing, and the raw metabolic heat of pure instinct takes over completely. And right here, the violent exchange rate between these two worlds becomes crystal clear. The sterile logic of the city, it gets traded for the metabolic heat of the forest. Those masks of approval are literally torn away, leaving your anatomy completely bare. You're not navigating dead convictions anymore. You are swimming in the dark, primal energy of the deep. This process of shedding your old self, it has a name. It's called the third sloughing. And you gotta understand, it's basically a surgical procedure. You start to see that your choices were never really free. They were just mechanical, repetitive cycles. And this repetition, it becomes the new rhythm of your existence. You learn the first law of the underground. That which you have hidden is the only thing that is real. Now, stripped of your old skin, you finally arrive at the very heart of the abyss. But this is no hellscape of fire and brimstone. No, it's a marketplace bazaar. The center of all commerce, now repurposed as a threshing floor for the soul. And hanging high above this marketplace is the hollow sun. But it's not a source of warmth or light. It's a necrotic star, a kind of psychic scalpel. And its only purpose is to consume your ego's protective skin and just burn away all of your most cherished illusions. Under its gaze, that nagging internal critic, the superego, is finally silenced by the overwhelming roar of the void. This is the great reorientation. In this kingdom, you are no longer a beggar, looking upward for salvation or approval from some external god. You are a merchant, permanently anchored, drawing power directly from the root and nerve of the deep, from right inside yourself. And in place of all that chaos, a new order emerges, and it's chillingly corporate. Lucifer isn't just a fallen angel. He's the CEO of pride, the absolute refusal of any external authority. Mammon, he handles acquisitions, replacing abstract concepts like honor with tangible gain. This is not anarchy. It's a new, brutally efficient spiritual economy. Providing the soundtrack to all of this are 7 former saints. Their holiness has been sloughed off, and now they sit as gargoyles on top of the bazaar. And they chant Devata Mekam.
the new instruction manual for how to live in this permanent night. The old world's most sacred symbols, you see, they're not destroyed but twisted into new, horrifyingly functional forms.
So you survive the forest and the marketplace. You've been stripped down, taken apart, and completely rebuilt. Now we get to witness the final stage, and we'll see what kind of creature actually walks out of the abyss. You don't emerge pure. Not at all. You emerge with the great health. It's this rugged, almost ancient strength. The kind you find not by vanquishing your demons, but by actually integrating them. The monster isn't in the basement anymore. Nope, it's been invited into the living room, and it's been recognized as the rightful host of your entire psychic territory. And this, right here, is the core belief of the gay science of the abyss. It's the philosophy you now embody. True, sovereign creation. It doesn't come from building things up. It comes from tearing them down. You had to destroy the prison to find out what freedom really was. And this is you now. No longer a puppet being pulled by the strings of societal expectation. You are a self-propelled wheel, a sovereign individual dancing freely on the shattered shards of the masks you were once forced to wear. So what's the word for this new being? What do you call someone who has walked through the void and has come to see it not as an ending but as a home? You are the holy fool, standing on the precipice not in fear, but in total recognition. You've embraced the beautiful, creative power of the deep. The era of the self-guided shadow has gloriously begun.